on. So I did that. Yup, I did. R&B, baby. He delivers. Get your popcorn ready. Ladies and gentlemen, chill. Welcome back. Come on. No BS, OBS. Camera zoomed in, and the chat is lit. Stay tuned in. Like Zach Morris got detention, like the cool kids. I do's this, homie. I thought you knew this. If you didn't, now you do. I had to prove it. Thanks for watching. What's everybody's favorite topic? Leave a comment in the chat, and please stop it. If you hating, there's no debating. Promise, I'm going up like Hakeem. I can't wait to block ya. Nah, dog, cause this a party. Get your popcorn ready. We about to get it started. I'm super grateful. Thank you all for being with me. How we looking? Am I good? Sitting pretty. I'm elated that y'all would take time to kick it with me. Cause I ain't famous, so I'm grateful for the subs you gifting. Shout out to Shadow. I know my guy is always listening, and I appreciate the bits. Fire emoji, pimpin'. Let's get it. I'ma give you what you came to see. Please hit the follow button for me. We can proceed. R&B, Child's High, class of 03. Shout out to everybody back home. And all of y'all that's in the stream. Let's get this. Let's go. Chill. Oh yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Not for nothing, there's a name in the chat that I just gotta recognize right off top. In fact, he is our newest follower, and we don't get a chance to do this often enough. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Big Chopper. Turn the music up. Got him going nuts. I love y'all. Now you part of the club. The only method, the motto. I love y'all from the bottom. Chill. Shout out to Big Chopper. What's up, my guy? Thank you so much for being here. I'm gonna hit this one too. Thank you. You're far too kind. Matter of fact, there's a lot of love going on in the chat. Shout out to each and every one of y'all. And I did notice some diamonds, so let's go on and get that too. Got a Superman Benz that I scored from Shaq with an old school cat. I said there's diamonds in the chat. Yeah. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for being here.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
Let's get that money. Come on, we got it working. Tell me you heard that. Please tell me you heard that. I'm gonna wait on it. Last week, there was a major fail, okay? Those redemptions, he says it works. That's what I'm talking about. Bang, let's go. All right, so kicking things off, right on cue. Last week, listen, we have a motto on this show, and I'm gonna hit the button, and I know I'm overdoing it with the sounds. Sorry.
I'm your huckleberry.
Hey, let's get that. Come on. What are we trying to do, Sheldon? Tell these folks.
You just keep getting better and better.
That's right. We keep getting better and better and better. I hope you all are enjoying those as much as I am. I'm sorry that it didn't work last week. I don't know what happened, actually, because it all worked on my end, and OBS is fickle. So all I did was shut down the program, restart it, and lo and behold, it worked again. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I had a similar issue today, and I was like, what's going on? So I don't know how I break it, and I don't know how I fix it, but at least it's working right now. It was actually a very special week for me, ladies and gentlemen. It was my birthday on Thursday, August 29th, same as Michael Jackson. That's how I've always said that. So ladies and gentlemen, if you would, all right, come on, for the king of pop. Now, I don't mention my birthday because I want the attention. What I really wanted to do was acknowledge each and every one of you, honestly, because everybody's name I've seen in this chat so far has reached out.
You know how long I've been waiting for this? Ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
Let's go. I'm loving those redemption points. Congrats to everyone. I just wanted to say thank you one time. Everybody in the chat so far did a lot to make my birthday extra special. As a matter of fact, and I'm not taking shine from others to give shine, but I am rocking a gift, so I'll just give the acknowledgement. Matter of fact, I got something for you. Watch this.
Look, darling.
It's Johnny Ringo. The deadliest is to live.
Since Wild Bill, they say.
All right. So thank you for the gifts. I'm your Huckleberry. Say when. If you don't know, this is Doc Holliday. There it is. Oh, and we got some bits going on. Love that. Thank you so much.
You just keep getting better and better.
Now, what's strange is the emoji party didn't do its thing there. Not sure why not. Maybe it doesn't do it for the bits, only for the subs. I don't know. That's all right. I'm not going to worry about that. Thank you, Shadow. You're my guy. Appreciate you, bro. And one more time, just to get it out the way, thank you all for reaching out, for showing love, for the immense gifts that I received, and for everything else. Thank you all, man. I appreciate you. Now, last week, as part of what I had hoped to be the channel redemption point initiative, we did run a prediction.
I got this prediction, ain't no more wishing. Hold on tight, girl, here's what I see.
And the poll was, essentially, I'll take you to the poll.
That's what she said.
The poll was whether or not we fixed the camera issue, and as it turns out, I think we did. So there you go. There it is. And I have something, so ladies and gentlemen, the results were in, and I'll just take this opportunity. Oh, yeah, we did. We fixed that. We fixed that issue. So for everybody that participated in the prediction, and one more time, just cause.
I got this prediction.
All right. Thank you again, and congratulations. One of you, ironically, the individual singing that song is the individual who voted against me. But Vegas, he was playing the odds, so I ain't mad at you, man. So congratulations to those of you that earned some tokens, and now you can redeem them in the chat. All right? Awesome. It comes to my attention that it is also a very special month. In fact, I don't recall being eligible to participate in this last year, so I'm very excited. Ladies and gentlemen, according to Twitch, it is also SUBtember. What does that mean? Well, throw up the graphic, right? I'll tell you. SUBtember on Twitch returns actually on the day of my birthday. Shout out one more time, August 29th. So it's live and it runs through October 1st. It gives viewers 5 weekends to save on subscriptions. Now look, I'm not looking for your subs. If you want to donate, cool, but just telling you the news, all right? So discounts include 25% off 1 month and 3-month subs, 30% off 6-month subs, and 20% off Twitch merchandise. You can use the promo code TwitchSub20. So there is a merch store, and if you're into that kind of thing, you can take advantage. Lastly, bonus bits and gift subs. Get 10% extra on cheers of 300 plus bits from September 12th through 17th, and a bonus, that's right, a bonus gift sub for every 5 purchased from September 26th to October 1st. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SUBtember. Clap it up. Hey, I give you the news with a twist. It's just his point of view.
Thank you. Far too kind.
All right. Now, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but I accidentally put you all on game, and so I want to take an opportunity to perhaps make right a minor wrong. So before we do, this is a segment where we call it Put You On Game, where I tell you about something that I think is cool or noteworthy. Sometimes it's a current event, sometimes it relates to technology, AI, space, the universe, whatever. This week, it pertains to phrase etymology. So hit the intro and we'll talk more. Remix, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So what's he talking about? Well, I didn't intend or I didn't set out to tell you all about some etymology information that I came across organically on TikTok, but that happened. And what I said was, according to TikTok, the term the box office relates supposedly to when back in Shakespearean times, boys would go around the theater with their boxes and they would fill up coins from patrons, and then they would take those boxes back into the room where they got them, and the boxes would stay there, and that's why they called it the box office. Okay? Now, and Chucha says, sometimes it's white buffaloes. Absolutely it is. And if you missed that episode, you should go back and watch that VOD because it's really, really cool. And I'll tell you more about that if you're interested. So, after the last episode, I think it was, shout out to AeroRising. All right, credit to him. He reached out to let me know, listen, man, I just wanted to bring to your attention, I don't know that the origin of the box office is as you suggested it was. And so I appreciate that. I think that he's probably correct in that. Box office probably more closely relates to, one, the shape of the area or place in which you would go to buy tickets. Naturally, it's square shape, and so they call it a box office. Also, I think back in the day in theaters, people sat not only in boxes, particularly higher up, but perhaps on top of boxes as well. So maybe there are other origins to the term box office, but not for nothing. I do think it all kind of relates to the money thing, and that's why we still use the term box office sales or proceeds. All right, so shout out to him. And I recall you having said it during the episode. We acknowledged it, and I said, you're probably right. Again, all I really claimed was having seen a TikTok, and according to the TikTok. Now, it doesn't sound so far-fetched to me. In my mind, a little guy walking around the theater with a big heavy box of coins and taking it into the back room, call it a box office, all right? That makes sense, I think. Get it? Sense? So, I just wanted to acknowledge that. I put you on game based on what I hear, and I didn't do any research prior to that episode in that regard because I didn't set out to tell you all about this etymology. It came up organically.
You're certain you had to
Well
open
done.
this door.
Yeah, I'm certain.
What's the point, Ventura?
That's probably the best use of that we'll ever get. I don't know why the GIF doesn't keep going, but I love that the audio does. Hey, well done on that move right there. That's a veteran move.
No way that neighbor could have heard Pedactor scream on the way down with that door shut. The scream she heard came
Still
from
going.
inside this apartment before he was thrown over the balcony, and the murderer closed the door before he left. Yes! Yes! Oh,
I'm gonna have
yeah.
to.
Feel that?
I'm gonna have to trim that. It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
The demons.
This house
This house
is clear. Well done. Hey, well fucking played. First of all, I just chose that scene because you gotta love Jim Carrey and you gotta love Ace Ventura. Never did I anticipate that it would work as well, but Anthony, congratulations, man. That's probably the best use of that we might ever have. Well played. All right, I don't even know where I was going with that. I do want to acknowledge Chucha's comment, however. She says you can't trust TikTok, and I don't disagree. Take it all, including anything you hear from my lips, with a grain of salt as well. Pause. All right, but we're putting you on game again this week because once again, remember, what happens is when you consume content on these social platforms, the algorithms just know, and so they just hit you with more of the same content. So ladies and gentlemen, I do have a bit more etymology for you. This may be a recurring theme on the show. I don't know, I'm about to put you on game. Hit me with the song one more again. Let me put you on the game. Here we go. So this week, and I didn't, believe it or not, I have a whole process for how we put these shows together, and I have notes and ideas. And as I was having breakfast, I just had TikTok on and I was swiping, and this came up, and I was like, oh, that's a cool phrase. And so I thought, well, let's add it to the show and see if it sticks. Not for nothing, We also take clips of these episodes and post them to TikTok and sometimes Instagram and other places. And as it turns out, the etymology clip performed pretty well comparatively. So thank you. And so I thought, well, if that's what the people want to see, let's give them a little more of that. Pause. So this week's phrase is back to square one. All right, so I think we all know that phrase, right? Back to square one. Now, according to the TikTok, now I did do some research, okay? I just didn't want to provide you all with false information and then me have to be schooled and brought up after the fact. So one more time, shout out to you, AeroRising, and anyone else. So back to square one, okay? Now again, this is both according to TikTok and the very little bit of research that I did. But the phrase back to square one is believed to originate from radio broadcasts of football games or soccer games, if you will, in the 1920s and the 1930s. The pitch, or the field, was divided into numbered squares to help listeners visualize the positions on the field. If the ball was passed back to the goalkeeper, it was said to be back to square one. And check this out. I did find some evidence of this, so watch this. All right. Oh, that is the wrong. What are you doing, Ryan? By the way, hit the subscribe. No, sorry about that. Back to square one. This is what it looks like. And I know it's kind of tiny on your screens, particularly. That's what she said. If you're viewing this on a mobile device, but you can see. So you have the pitch, and then you have squares, and if it goes back to the goalkeeper, back to square one. All right, but wait for it. There are also theories. And see, this is where I just didn't listen to TikTok this time. I wanted to be sure that I got my facts straight, all right? There are also theories that this phrase, back to square one, comes from the age-old game of hopscotch. Certain moves would have you hopping right back to the beginning, aka back to first square or back to square one. All right. Chucha says, this could be a new game. Let us guess. I love that. And look, I don't really know who's right and what's... Not for nothing, there was also evidence to suggest that chutes and ladders could have been another origin for this particular phrase. But I like to think the radio broadcast thing is pretty cool. Now, in some forums, and again, it all happened very quickly. On Reddit forums, individuals, there was at least one. He was like, I grew up watching football my whole life, never heard of that before, blah, 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 blah. So whatever. Back to square one, kind of cool. At least there's evidence to suggest that the pitch was divided into these squares. And I think it makes a lot of sense. If you're listening to a broadcast without seeing it, knowing where that ball is at any given time would be very beneficial. So there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, back to square one. That was putting you on the game. All right. Chucha says, in hopscotch, you have to go back to square one to win. See that?
Thank you.
Well done, darling. So there's probably, again, reason to suggest that square one may have multiple origins. I don't know. Oh, thank you, Aunt.
Thank you.
Thank you, bro. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my guy AeroRising has a commitment this morning, and we want to give him his fair shake. What am I talking about? For anybody that's brand new, Big Chopper, I don't know if you're up on this yet, bro, but we have an amazing segment that's called The Movie Preview Game. That's right, and you can see there's some custom emojis in the chat, but before we do, let's give our guy his due shine, okay? First of all, the movie preview game, you're playing for a lot of...
Oh my God! Okay,
That's
it's happening.
right.
Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Good play, Shadow. Let's go! I love those. I love that it's working. I hope you all hear that. The movie preview game. First of all, what is it? How does it work? Well, first of all, pull that... first of all, can I say first of all 7 more times? Put the belt on screen, please. There it is. That's what I wanted to see. You're playing for pride, Okay? You want to be able to say, I know movies, I'm a movie watcher. Well, prove it. You're also playing for that virtual belt. I think it's pretty. It's custom. It's a 1-on-1. One day we'll have a replica. Watch this. We're going to give our friend some douchine in a second, and I'll explain the game, okay? But before we do that, I just want to find his name. Where is it? Ladies and gentlemen, the defending champion. I don't know how many weeks in a row, ladies and gentlemen. It's a new record for sure, because we've only been doing this for so long. But his name is AeroRising. All right? That's his name. He's the defending champion. Well, let's bring him on out. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage. I'm gonna let it ride for you, bro. Come on.
Your time is up, my time is now.
What?
You can't see me, my time is now. It's the franchise.
I'm shining now. Go and get your strap on, bruh. Pause.
In case you forgot, I fell off. I'm still hot.
Knock your shell off.
My money stacked fat, plus I can't turn the swell off.
Let's go. All right. There he is. I'm over here breaking a sweat, cuz. Congratulations, AeroRising. You are officially a 5-time champ. Does that sound right? My goodness. Big Chopper, Miss Ross, anyone else that's watching that does not make your presence known, this is how the game works. In just a few moments, I'm gonna put up a gradient on screen. It's basically a framework. When you see that, you should know that there's a movie trailer coming out soon. All you answer is 6 wins, but who's counting? Apparently you are, my guy. Well done. Hope you dig the photo. I had to go back in the archives to find that, but I did throw your handle up there. You're welcome, big bro. All right, I'm gonna throw up a gradient, then I'm gonna play a movie trailer. All you have to do is be the first individual to type the correct name of the film in the chat. I mentioned you're playing for Pride. You're playing for the movie preview strap. But if you win 3 times, R&B is going to take you to the movies.
We testing the game. Oh yeah. You like popcorn. It makes your teeth go pop, pop, pop.
That's right. AeroRising can attest. He got his movie tickets for winning 3 times. Congratulations again. I'm done looking at your pretty mug, boy. There it is. Bang. All right, as promised, here comes, not the trailer, just the gradient. We're gonna get everybody geared up, all right? Here it comes on screen. Boom! Now, this week, I choose my trailers for a variety of reasons. Oftentimes, I'm motivated by the time in which the films are scheduled to release. Now, sometimes you might get a trailer for a film that's already out, but it won't be an old movie. I'm trying to give you coming attractions.
That's what she said.
Okay? And certainly, this week is an upcoming film. Now, I'm not giving away any clues, nor does anyone have any sense, because this is a very serious game. But I will tell you this. Every single one of you this week should know this film. All right? So I'm just going to say that. Sometimes they're sleeper picks, and you got to do your research and look at, but I wanted to make it fair this week. So I'm not going to tell you a whole lot more. AeroRising says, I might be driving and playing at the same time, so if I die, it's on you. I don't want that kind of responsibility, man. Big Chopper's in the house. I love it. Bro, thank you so much for being here, man. I can't tell you how happy I am. For anybody watching that doesn't know it, Big Chopper and I go way, way back. For real, for real, for real. So happy to see your name in the chat, bro. And this is an opportunity for you to win. And if you win 3 times, Ryan's gonna take you to the movies, cuz. All right, so once again, Mom, I know you're out there. Shadow, I know you're working, sadly, and that's why you're not as up on it as maybe you could have been in some weeks, but I'm hoping you're sticking around and you have the opportunity to play. Miss Brigitte Ross, if you're around and want to play, I don't know if you've seen it, quite candidly, but I'm hoping you have. All right, let me just say that. Anyone else that's in the chat, or rather watching, not in the chat, you're welcome to play. Go on and answer the name of the movie. Now, there is a caveat to this, and this is important. Maybe that's a clue. You have to, you got to say it right. That's the way I always say it. You have to say or type the full title, okay? So spelling counts, but really full phrasings. Like I always say this example. If it were Harry Potter, it couldn't just be Harry Potter. It would have to be Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, the Prisoner of Azkaban, or whatever, okay? Ant says, I swear I'm being punked right now. I don't know, because I'm milking it. I'm milking it. No, man, feel me. I want to give everybody an opportunity to play. It's that time. You're the defending champ. Go on and relax a little bit. Fucking milkman, he says. Listen, we're in the ring right now, all right, buddy? The MC, something's happening. There's a new contender. I can feel it. Somebody's coming out, and it's going to be a big surprise, and I can't wait. All right. So you have to say the title correctly. And there was another example of this, the bike riders, okay? If it's all one word, I'd like to see it as one word. Now, I'm the official judge, and so I'll weigh in, and we'll be fair, but let's appreciate it's whoever types in the correct title and gets it first. And last week, it was a close, like maybe 5 to 8 second difference. Shout out to Carmen Sandiego. She was that close. Okay. All right, AeroRising, this is for you, bro. I'm gonna put it up on screen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the movie preview game. Best of luck. Let me turn down the lo-fi. First person to get it right is gonna be this week's winner. Good luck. Easy.
When you're all driving carpool and banging your Pilates instructors to fill the empty voids in your life,
dang. Look at your boy. There is a misspelling, but I'm not gonna grade it that intentionally. I know. Well done, Ann. Well done.
My mom grew up
He's the champ, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait, the
All right, enjoy the trailer.
Is your mom Lydia Dietz?
I'm really excited.
unfortunately,
She's a legend.
The living, the dead. Can they coexist?
AeroRising, congrats, bro. I know you got a roll, man. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the gift.
Only gullible people believe that kind of
Thank you
crap.
for that gift.
I can't believe
my God.
I'm doing this. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
Come on, get excited. Michael
Can you help
Keaton,
me
ladies
save
and
my
gentlemen.
daughter? How do I know that you're gonna keep your word?
I swear on my dead mother's soul. Days. Bob, you and the boys stand guard. Nobody gets through. Let's go, honey.
I know they had a lot of fun with this.
Recognize this puss. Never seen that chick before in my life. Or afterlife.
Are we doing this?
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. I'm needed upstairs. Bob, hold down the fort. Spill your guts. Who wants to go first? All right, I will. See, I'm willing to do the work.
Swear the afterlife is so random.
You're that thing from my dream. Really more nightmare material.
Me too, Big Chop. Me too.
Confronting the unknown, conquering your fears. There's nothing harder.
Hell of a trailer.
What the f? Thank you all for coming to this special occasion, but right now with like a little privacy.
There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, he's probably gone, but let's go on and give him his shine one more time. The champ. The champ. Come on. You can't see him, y'all. He's that dude. All right, one more time. Congratulations to the champ. But how fun does that film Look, turn up that lo-fi. There it is. Man, when I was a kid, I loved Beetlejuice. I did. Chucha, I'm sure you can attest. And I'm reminded that there was actually a whole cartoon series about Beetlejuice. Now, the truth is the original film is not for children. All right, it's for adults, and there's a lot of adult humor, and it's fun yet. And I thought Michael Keaton was brilliant. There's a scene that always stuck with me. It's when he's, if you've ever seen the film, there's like a miniature, I don't know, model is what it is, of the town. Right? And when Beetlejuice's character is introduced, he's living in the model, okay? So if you can imagine, there's like a replica of the town with little cars, little buildings, little fake trees and stuff. And as a kid, he curses, and I forget what the line is, but he knocks down the tree. And I remember being a little kid, and it just stuck with me. And he was like, every time I see it. And then as a kid, he also grabs his privates and it goes honk honk. And it was funny when you're a little kid and you see this, like, I don't know, he's a ghoul, he's a demon, he's a dead guy. Appreciate that Michael Jackson, very influential, okay? The Thriller, very influential. And so there was this love and appreciation for zombies, and the Beetlejuice kind of went hand in hand with that. So I really love the film, and so for them to make a sequel, now it took them long enough. Speaking of, way to go, Shadow. This one goes too, boy. Come on, baby, give it up. The birthday boy, my man. Thank you for that, Shadow. Big Chopper says, me too. Hell yeah, bang. It was impactful, it was memorable, it was fun. Michael Keaton did that, and he invented this character, and to see it brought to life back then. And then there was this whole cartoon series, which was really strange because the character had this relationship with Olivia, who was kind of the main girl. And in this newer film, Jenna Ortega plays her daughter, okay? Olivia was played by Winona Ryder. Now in the cartoon, I don't think she voiced that character. But if you think about that from an adult perspective, like this, like, I don't know, 30, 40-year-old guy has this relationship with this little girl, it's a little spooky, okay? But never mind that. They got into all kinds of mischief and whatnot.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody,
Big Chop.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Big Chop. So, anyway, look, I'm really excited about it. Tim Burton, shout out to him. Fantastic, phenomenal. Shout out to Mike Keaton. Love him doing that thing and bringing it back. And I like Jenna Ortega and Winona Ryder. I think it's going to be great. And I forget, you know what? Shame on me. The mother, who is also Kevin McAllister's mother, okay? Can we definitely? And I should know her name. If AeroRising was here, he would scold me. Whoa-de, whoa! Ladies and gentlemen, first-time chatter. First-time chatter. Whoa-de! What up, girl? She was 15. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Far too kind.
Big Chopper says, I have no idea what I'm doing on Twitch. I know what you're doing. You're watching your boy, man. Thank you so much for being here. Come on. I'm a little surprised by that, Chop. I thought maybe the gaming world and all that might have brought you to Twitch sooner, but listen, I can't thank you enough, bro. Thank you for being here. Wody77. Bang. Love that. So anyway, Beetlejuice. And now watch this. Had anyone only typed in Beetlejuice, that would not have won. Because, and this is clever, the name of the film is Beetlejuice because it's the second or sequel. Do you get that? You like how they did that? And the whole concept of Beetlejuice is that you don't say his name 3 times or that summons him. And so Beetlejuice, you get it? And now they're maybe leaving it open-ended for a trilogy. And right on time for fall, soon to be Halloween. So that's why I thought it was timely. Ladies and gentlemen, congrats to him one more time. AeroRising is this week's champion. Again, okay. And that was the movie preview game. Now that we've got a viewing audience, now I haven't seen Chooch's name in the chat. Maybe she's just upset that she didn't get it fast enough. It's okay, babe. We're still here for you. Shadow, I know you're working, so it's all good. But I love Miss Ross was here. She's probably got obligations. Wody, Big Chop. I'm not seeing some other folks that told me they were.
Certain
there she is.
open this door.
This is a long one. We're just gonna let it ride. And that's what we're doing. We're having fun with channel redemption points, okay?
It's
gonna be a great segue.
Soundproof glass. There's no way that neighbor could have heard Pedactor scream on the way down with that door shut. The scream she heard came from inside this apartment before he was thrown over the balcony, and the murderer closed the door before he left. Yes! Yes!
Give it up for Ace Ventura, man. She's still going. I don't know.
Exorcise the demon.
Bang.
This house is clear.
All right, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, that is a beloved film, and that is a perfect segue for our next segment, which is the movie series review.
It's only a movie.
Just look over your shoulders, honey.
Yeah!
Good morning, Vietnam!
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
I don't even own a gun, let alone many guns that would necessitate an entire rack.
Snakes? Snakes. I don't know no snakes.
Well, I got a number. How do you like them apples?
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Hey, you guys!
Enjoy your remaining years.
I will. Enjoy fucking jewels.
I will.
That Veronica Vaughn is one piece of ace.
The snozberries taste like snozberries.
Alrighty then.
Get your popcorn ready. Yeah, tell me that wasn't perfect timing with the old Ace Ventura. Hope you dug that. All right, so if this is one of your first episodes, first of all,
Thank you.
thank you so much for being here. This is the movie series review, where R&B gets to tell you about new projects, movies, series, naturally, that he's seen that he thinks you might also enjoy, or maybe not. Maybe it's one of these. All right? So, first up, out the gate, is a film that I watched last weekend on Netflix. Shout out to them. Seems to be where I'm watching a lot of my programs these days. And I'll just throw up the movie poster and tell you what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, this film is called Incoming. Now, it's just cute, so I often start soft. Pause.
That's what she said.
Start low, it gets better and better. That's what we're trying to do.
You just keep getting better and better.
You see what I'm saying? See how we do that? Incoming. It's just a fun film. You might have noticed the super bad clip in that montage. And one more time, shout out to AeroRising for putting that together for us, my man.
Thank you. Far too kind.
But Incoming. So, incoming freshmen. So I'll give you what the synopsis is. 4 freshmen in high school get ready for their first school party. They're preparing themselves for something unfamiliar and very terrifying. Terrifying in the sense of nervousness, not like a horror film. Last week's trailer was Y2K. In fact, that's how we got Big Chopper in the chat. Shout out to you, bro. And similarly, right, you understand the vibe. So if you saw that trailer, it's back in the year 2000, but a bunch of kids are at like a house party, and it's meant to be like a feel-good movie, but it turns out to be a horror film. Looks great. Looking forward to seeing it. This film, similar vein, you see what I did? But it's pretty cute. So one time, in fact, Mason Thames, I hope I'm saying his name correctly. Maybe it's Thames, Mason Thames. He's the lead. He's the guy in the blue plaid shirt there in the poster. He does a great job. I think he may have a successful career ahead of him. But it's probably just like you imagine it to be. They've made a few of these films over the years, if you will. But basically, young kids starting out in high school. That's a big deal. Remember what that's like? Okay. They go to a house party. Now, what story time, ladies and gentlemen? Some of my closest friends in the chat, had a very unique high school experience. So in the intro, and Big Chopper says, shoot each other with paintballs. We did that. All right, that's not so unique. I think a lot of kids do that, but we did we did do that. I'm not gonna get into that. But what I wanted to communicate was, in the open, where I'm doing the rap for you, right? I say, R&B, Childs High, class of 03. So shout out to my alma mater. One time for everybody back home. T-Wolves. But we had a very unique high school experience where we were the first full graduating class. What does that mean? It means that the school was brand new when we went there. So we started as freshmen, and we only had one class above us, the sophomores. So we missed out on having upperclassmen in a traditional sense. But it was kind of cool for us because it just felt like one big grade, so to speak. So you had 9th graders and 10th graders, and then we just kind of kept moving up. So we ended up being the first full graduating class and did that. But different than this film and most people's U.S. high school experience, we didn't have seniors. And the difference between a senior at like 17, 18, 19 versus a freshman, I don't even know how old you are, maybe 14, 15, maybe 16. That's a big gap. You know what I'm saying? Pause. So this film is all about that. But there you go. You got some background. Shout out to me, Big Chop. Carmen was there. AeroRising, Shadow. That's all the names I can think of at the moment. I need to get more people in this chat, and I'll shout out to Link. Link, of course, is here every now and again. All right, but anyway, the film is cute. There's not a lot to talk about. It's not like a great movie or anything, but it's entertaining, and you should check it out. It's on Netflix, and that's it. So, bang, that was Incoming. All right. Now, this next film isn't brand new, but I hadn't seen it yet. But I had the opportunity to do so. And it's one of those films where you almost feel obligated to watch it, right? Particularly if you have seen those that have come before it. Okay, so that's a hint, that's a clue. It's a sequel of sorts. I didn't have high expectations, quite frankly. I don't know what the reviews are. I typically make my own inferences and opinions, and here we sit. So I'll throw up the poster. Hopefully some of you all have seen it, and you can lend your contributions and opinions in the chat. All right? We'll just throw it up. I wish in hindsight, sometimes this happens where I think of something brilliant on the spot, and I fucking missed it. All right? That's all right. There is a popular tagline from this movie, and I wish I had it. What a wonderful, matter of fact, what a wonderful day. If you know, you know. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. All right. Look, it's a little overdone, in my opinion, at this point, okay? The originals were cool. They were revolutionary. Then the remakes, I thought, were also cool. Hand claps. Even some of the sequels have been cool. It's just getting to the point where, in my opinion, it's like, what are we doing? I guess it just keeps going, right? It's a whole new planet, whole new world. But I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. It wasn't great to me. I'll be honest. The storyline is okay. I just don't know. I think CGI, it wasn't mind-blowing. You know what I mean? I feel like it's not anything we haven't seen before, perhaps. And then what I don't love about it that made me give it a lesser score than I could have, and this is not a spoiler, we don't typically do spoilers on this channel, and again, if anybody has seen this, I would love to know your opinions. But let me see if I wrote down the premise. I did. So here's the synopsis, and if you know the franchise, then you'll know exactly who I'm referring to, and if you haven't, then you should go back and rewatch some of the newer Planet of the Apes, because that's what tells the story. So, if I'm not mistaken, the first ape to become evolved, let's say, his name is Caesar. And so Caesar gets credited among the newer generations of apes for being like the one. You know what I mean? It's almost like a religion. Ch1Pt says, I don't like those monkeys. First of all, apes are different than monkeys, but that's all right. And I was a freshman in high school 60 years ago. You got anything for your mom? Yes, baby, I do. Fair enough. Now, I think we can all appreciate it. And you're right. Listen, the kids in, what's the movie called? Incoming, they had a very different high school experience than even myself and the fam bam, because they've got cell phones, social media, a lot of shit going on that we didn't have. So shout out to them. But I'm with you, Mom. Stay tuned. I'll be honest, I can't help the fact that some of these films and projects aren't fantastic. I do, however, have a sneak peek at something that I think you will enjoy. So stay tuned for that. Bang. All right, but back to the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes just for a second. Once more, the ape who I think is credited for being like the first of his kind, the advanced. And I won't go back and tell you how it all came to be. Again, if you haven't seen the films, that's on you. But this film takes place many years after the reign of Caesar. Caesar being this alpha ape, so to speak. Apes have established numerous clans, while humans have become animalistic and are unable to speak. All right, so that's basically the plot, right? So these apes have become somewhat civilized in a variety of respects, and then also simultaneously very tribal, naturally, because they're apes, and so they are in tune with nature and the like. Now, they ride horses, as you can see, and I won't spoil much else, but take a look at the poster. So, one ape in particular, I think his name is Noah, comes in contact with a human girl. And matter of fact, let me give you the players, so to speak. So, directed by Wes Ball. Shout out to Wes Ball. You deserve that. He also directed the Maze Runner series. So if you've seen those films, shout out to him. He did a good job. I mean, it's a good movie. It's just there are aspects I didn't love about it. And then it stars, and I don't have the full cast list, but I'll give you the 3 highlights that I picked out. Owen Teague, shout out to him. He plays the main character, who is Noah, I believe, the ape in the poster there. You would know Owen Teague from the new It movie and also Bloodline. I know we got some Bloodline fans in the chat. The young lady in the film who plays a human, her name is Freya Allen, and you would know her, I hope, from The Witcher. She plays Ciri. So Ciri from the Netflix series The Witcher, she's the lead in this film. And then there's Kevin Durand. Now, Kevin Durand played in X-Men Origins Wolverine. He played the Blob, if you know about that. He was also in Resident Evil Retribution. He played Little John and Robin Hood. But my pick, the film that I know him from, at least the one that stands out in my mind the most, he was in a little movie called Smokin' Aces. If you know Smokin' Aces, great film. And he plays one of the brothers that are like super crazy and go nuts inside the fucking hotel. So anyway, shout out to Kevin Durand, not Kevin Durant. I'll laugh at that, I guess. And Kevin Durand plays, I forget, King Proximus. And so he's the guy from the trailer and all the memes that's, what a wonderful day. I hope that was a good rendition. It's a cool film. Check it out. I shared with you the synopsis. What I didn't love. This is the short. Okay, the short of it from R&B. The main ape, Noah, at first, he's like unsure of the human. And she poses a slight threat, and he's like a tough guy. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, we don't associate with humans. And then just like that, he turns all around, and they become like best friends, and he's caring for her and shit. I realize it's, you know, you gotta put a lot in the 2-hour movie. That's what she said. Okay. It all happened too quickly for me. I wanted to see a greater arc and more storyline. Have her earn their trust. I mean, she didn't really do anything to earn it. Now, there was another, again, not spoiling any, there's another character who kind of encourages Noah to see life differently and perhaps puts him on to the ways of Caesar, okay? And so, in that respect, it's cool. Watch it. Apparently, there's not a lot of activity in the chat, and so therefore, maybe you all haven't seen it. Whether you did or you didn't, it's decent. Shout out to the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. They'll probably make 3 or 4 more of these, so you got that to look forward to. All right. Big Chopper says, haven't seen it. I figured, because nobody was saying much, and so that's cool. Look, check it out. It's worth watching, particularly if you have seen the ones that have come before it, but it's not that great. Shadow says, no Plex will pass. I think I saw it on Disney Plus. So shout out to Disney Plus. Let me say this. I don't even know why I have that subscription because I watch maybe 3 titles. Now, there was a time where I was binging the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Tough, okay? And I loved every minute of that. But then that, faded, and now we're waiting for the next. Anyway, Chucha says, can't wait for 3 or 4 more. I bet you can, darling. I bet you can. Big Chopper says Star Wars. Thank you for saying that, although probably going to lose a few followers. I'm not a Star Wars fan. Oh. I'm just not. We can get into that another time. Shadow is, we've talked about it many times. I just don't love it. Now, I have heard some of the newer programs, whether they're series or films, are really good and well done. And shout out to George Lucas and shout out to Disney, man. No hate. It's just, it never resonated with me. I just wasn't. I wasn't a Star Wars fan. And even the films that came out when we were coming up, they were just cool, you know what I mean? Shadow says, you're missing out on the greatest show, The Acolytes. All right, I mean, it does sound cool, and I did watch some of The Mandalorian. It was cool. I liked the asset, right? I was going to call him Baby Yoda, but I think that's a misnomer, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I know some stuff, right? But I didn't. I never got into Star Wars like that. I dig the Force. Look, it's cool. Shout out again. I don't watch those shows. So there you go. Now, maybe as a movie watcher, as I profess to be, I should probably get into it, pause, to have more educated opinions, let's say. But if it doesn't make my heart sing, shit, I got worse movies to watch. Get it? All right. Now, those of you that know, those of you that don't, in addition to films and series, and last week we had a sports doc, and there's another sports doc from the Untold series that I'm really excited about, so we'll probably talk about that next week or the week after. But I'm also very much into stand-up comedy. Yeah! Love stand-up comedy. And this week, I watched a special from an individual who doesn't have many specials and is deserving of so many flowers, and perhaps not from the lens of stand-up, but I am very pleased to say that this next title coming out, ladies and gentlemen, this is your Pick of the Week! And for good reason. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Sandler with Love You. Come on. It is good, okay? Now, is it my favorite stand-up special ever? No. Do I think Adam Sandler has a style that is his own? Absolutely. Do I love it? Is he in my top 5, top 10 even? Probably not. Not from a stand-up perspective. But I do love and admire Adam Sandler. Big Chopper says, I have to check it out. Love Adam Sandler. There you go, man. Got to. You got to. And hear me out. I went into this expecting it to not be so great, okay? Now, it's Adam Sandler. I love, first of all, and I should have had that clip for you, but I love how it starts. Because you haven't seen it, I won't spoil it. But some comedy specials, particularly when you're a well-known act and you have the money to do it, and if you're a good actor, you put together like almost like a movie scene, if you will. And you get to kind of show off your acting chops, and then the special starts. Kev Hart does a great job of this, a couple of others. But I like the way Adam did his. And it feels very natural and real, but then you also appreciate, he really is. I mean, give him his flowers. He's a good actor. I mean, shout out to Adam Sandler. And it's not always funny. I loved Uncut Gems, let me say that. And I thought that was a wonderful role for him to do. But speaking of his stand-up, now I haven't seen a lot of it. I know he kind of cut his teeth doing stand-up, but it was never really my style. And one of the things that I don't love, and shout out to you again, Big Chop, great movie, right? Adam has always done a bit of song in his stand-up. And if you know those comics, it's always been a little corny to me. But some of them in this special are pretty good, man. I'm telling you, even the things that I don't typically like, I found myself liking. And it has a cadence and a rhythm, and it's just pretty good. It's fairly wholesome. He does cuss a little bit, but that's not what carries. Ultimately, I think you all will be very pleased if you tune into this, particularly if you have any appreciation for stand-up comedy whatsoever. So please, one more time, give it up for Adam Sandler's new special, Love You, available now on Netflix. Chucha says, I'll watch that. I watched last week's Pick of the Week, and it was good. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Far too kind.
Let's go. Was last week's Pick of the Week Inside the Mind of a Dog? And if so, you actually saw that before I did, if that's the case. Hard for me to remember every pick of the week, but I remember that. No. Okay, tell us what it was, because I'd love to remember. There's a lot that happens throughout the work week, and even though I do go back and watch the VODs, I just don't remember what I said exactly. But Adam Sandler, pretty good. There's rumor that he might reprise his role of Happy Gilmore, I believe. I think that's true. Now, I always get confused because, yeah, Happy Gilmore, that's the golfer, I think. I think that's the one that they're talking about. The Titan QB that was murdered. Yeah. I don't remember if that was exactly my pick of the week, but it was certainly mentioned. That, for anybody that didn't see it, again, there's a sports documentary series on Netflix called Untold, and it's a great program. They do a wonderful job. And last week we talked about a new film about ex-Tennessee Titans NFL quarterback Steve McNair, who sadly was murdered. Yeah. So, but it's a good documentary. Didn't know about the events of that story, and it's worth watching. Again, I forget what the next Untold is. I saw it on Netflix and I was like, can't wait to watch that. But I often save things when I can really digest them and appreciate them. And speaking of that, so one more time, I'm going to hand clap it one more again, just because he really deserves it, okay? When you think about all the films that Adam Sandler has been in, let's, just because we're here, let's comment on the fact that I don't know this man. I wish I did. He seems cool as fuck. All right. And one of the reasons why I say this is because he don't care about fashion. He just be putting on whatever. You know what I'm saying? But he seems so cool. He was on Joe Rogan recently, probably promoting this special, but that was also a very cool podcast episode. So if you're into that, check him out there. And the other thing that I really, really love about him is that he puts on his friends. And what I mean by putting on is he always includes them in his projects. In fact, you'll notice at least one or two faces during some of the background scenes in the beginning of this. So just one more time, man, Adam Sandler, and great job, man. I don't always love your stand-up, but you killed it in this one. Well done. Love you. All right, so what I wanted to say was, or what I was saying, and Mom, this is what I promised you. Now, if it ends up being bad, don't hold it against me, because I haven't seen it yet. I just started it. Normally, we don't include titles in our preview, or rather movie series review, until I can review them for you, right? That makes sense. But sometimes, and this happened with, and I hope she's still here, Wody, during the Game of Thrones. Now, that was episodic. So oftentimes I love when a series comes out and you can just binge the whole series like a big epic movie, and then I can tell you that I saw it all and that I loved it and whether you should watch it or not. With Game of Thrones, we couldn't afford not to talk about it weekly because, one, there's spoilers online, two, it was just that damn good. In my opinion, once again, maybe among the best shows that have ever been made, okay? Game of Thrones number one, House of Dragons comes below that, just for the record, but it was epic, well done. Okay. It's a series. All right, let's just get out of the way. I'm going to showcase it for you now. I just started it, so I haven't had the chance to watch it all. Another example I was going to give, Big Chop, this is probably right up your alley, dog. The Boys. If you watch The Boys on Prime, that was another one where I had started it. It was so good, I couldn't wait to talk about it. And so we did, and then I reviewed it fully. So bang. And if you haven't seen The Boys, y'all should check that out. It's awesome. Okay. Whoa-de whoa! Big Chopper says, oh yeah, still need to see the last season. Oh man, you gotta do that. Wody, I gotta put you on blast, darling. I know you asked me not to. What I love about some of these other names that come up in the chat, let's just appreciate Big Chopper is a subscriber. Okay, so he has a big highlight around. Wody, we either gotta get you a badge or you need to go on and hit that subscription, girl. If you missed the beginning, this is something for you to note. And here's what I can do. I'll put it back on screen. Wait for it. It is currently SUBtember. What does that mean? It means that if you subscribe during right now through October 1st, you're going to get some discounts. And there are some advantages of subscribing. Ladies and gentlemen, we host a keyword giveaway at the end of this stream, so please stick around for a chance to win some money, okay? And subscribers have a two-time, hit me with that, bang, and two-time opportunity or chance to win. So stay tuned. Anyway, I got to do something. Uh-oh. Oh! Come on. Let's go. Come on, if you ain't feeling this. Come on. Ladies and gentlemen. That was amazing. Wow. Can we just do that one time? Holy moly. Big Chopper started a hype train. That was amazing. This is turning out to be an amazing. Big Chopper, thank you so much, man. You are, look at Shadow coming in. Come on. Shadow says, you're not gonna one up me, buddy. Well done, man. I'm so happy that the redemption points are working this week. Okay, can I just say that? Look at Big Chop. He's hitting the moonwalks. Go on and get it, Big Chop. All right. Hand claps all around. Woo! Y'all making me work today. I swear I didn't do that intentionally, but that was...
Toss a coin to your witcher, oh valley of plenty.
Wait for it. Oh, how cool is that? There's so much going on, Mom. You're gonna love that one. I know you are. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hope says it best.
Far too kind.
Thank you. All right. What a wonderful episode we're having. This is fun, right? And can you imagine when more people tune in and participate? This thing is gonna be fucking extra lit. Yeah. All right. I don't even know what we were talking about. No, I do actually. You guys are great. Okay. Thank you. Took a long time to get to this point. Let me just say that. And what are we doing, Sheldy?
You just keep getting better and better.
We really do. And it's y'all. It's y'all that are getting better and better. Bang. You guys are crushing it. Thank you. Love y'all, man. Damn. Okay. All right. Normally, I wait to watch a movie or series so as to review it. But sometimes I get excited and I want to tell y'all about the new, particularly if you haven't seen or heard about it yet. I just started this series, so what I'm going to do for you now is I'm going to throw up the gradient one more time. Wait for it. Yeah, there it is. Now, what this means, as I shared before, that gradient is usually an indicator that I'm going to throw up a trailer or a clip. Now, this isn't the movie preview game, all right? I know you want to dethrone AeroRising while he's not here to defend. Clever. But no, that segment came and went. Tune in next week for another chance to win. But there is a new series. It's also a Netflix joint, okay? Look at Big Chop. He's sad, man. He wanted another go at it. That's all right. Listen, next week, bro, I hope to see you again. All right, my man? Thank you so much. But listen, check this out. It's a series. It's out now. At least I'm watching it. And it looks really, really cute. Shadow, I think you're going to love it the most, man. And you'll know why. but I think everybody can dig it. I'm going to turn the lo-fi down, and I'm going to play it for you. Here it is.
Mortals, I made you. And this is how you repay me.
Really, we're meant to be together.
Today you will.
Well, what?
Leave him.
We need to make destruction really sing.
Dad, some humans are nice.
They don't matter.
I defy the gods.
You're where you belong, down in the dark!
It's intense.
What is this place?
Why didn't I turn to stone?
Because you're fucking dead.
Serve the gods, great honor, right?
And it'd do you all good to remember that.
Why'd you do that? Why'd you shoot me?
Who are you?
What if I told you you could see your wife again?
They don't give a shit about any of us.
Tell the truth, Orpheus.
Jeff Goldblum. Yeah, man. He's great.
Everything they know, everything they love, lies.
I am one person. What can I do?
All the best things are human.
A line appears, the order wanes, the family falls, and chaos reigns.
Let's go.
They put poop all over our statue. Why would you think that that's funny?
August 29th, not for nothing. Let's go. I hope you all enjoyed that. So that was KAOS. And it looks pretty great. And I've started it. It is. It's pretty great. KAOS with a K. Exactly. So let's see what I did for you. It's a simple synopsis. It's a contemporary reimagining of Greek mythology with several notable stars. So Jeff Goldblum, obviously. He plays Zeus. Shout out to Jeff Goldblum. And look, he's so eclectic and cool, man. It's a very cool spin on what Zeus might be like in a modern day. And that's the whole game. And I think the storyline is based on Greek mythology, like the story of Greek mythology. So, but it's with a modern day twist. Now, ultimately, I think it's the same story. So if you know about those things, but seeing it in a modern setting and these fine actors and what they're able to do with it, and there's elements of comedy and humor, it's really good. It's really good. Now, I'm not reviewing it because I've only seen the first episode, but it's worth talking about. So very quickly, I mentioned Jeff Goldblum as Zeus. Janet McTeer plays Hera, who is Zeus's wife and also sister, I think. Okay. But you would know her from Ozarks. I know many of us watched Ozarks, another great program. Stephen Delane, he plays Prometheus. Now, who is that? I'm going to tell you, and it ties into our show and the things we love. That is none other than Stannis Baratheon from Game of Thrones. He's great. So y'all remember Stannis, okay? He's king for a while. He's the one that has the story arc with the Red Witch. So you know who I'm talking about, okay? He plays Prometheus. Then there's Cliff Curtis. You'll know Cliff Curtis if you love Training Day, all right? Life's a trip, carnal. He's also been in a lot of other things. I don't think he's Mexican, quite frankly, but he's great. I love him. He plays Poseidon. And then there's one of my all-time favorite comedians, and I really don't know why this is, but I've always loved him. I just have. I think he's great. He's been controversial for many reasons. I've seen a few stand-ups. I just like him a lot. Maybe it's his British humor, but ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Izzard is in this. He plays one of the three fates, and if you don't know what the fates are, and I didn't exactly, so I'll tell you, it's a timeless, immortal being who wrote and writes the prophecies given to all humans at birth. Shout out. Dad says, thanks to the Big Chopper for the sub. R&B you should mention about clicking on the name. And certainly I shall. So, first of all, let's do this, because I don't think I hit this button before. Whenever we have a new subscription, there's a sound that I love to play, and this is our subscription sound effect. All right? And shout out to you one more time, Big Chopper.
Thank you. Far too kind.
So for anybody that ever wants to do this, you have options. Now, maybe he didn't care enough to choose the recipient, but you can gift a subscription and it randomly gives it to one of our followers, I believe. Or you can click on a name in the chat and gift that individual a subscription directly. And the reason why this is so important is because there was once upon a time where, poor bless her heart, Ch1Pt was trying to gift subs to individuals, and I didn't know, shame on me, we didn't figure that part out yet. So a lot of people got gifted subscriptions early on, but we thank you so very much. And I love the fact that Russ Barber is now a rightful subscriber. What took you so long? Just kidding. And again, it is SUBtember, so let's take advantage of the savings. Let's have more fun with it. Remember this, subscribers get a unique icon. In fact, it's a little popcorn kernel that will pop over time.
You like popcorn. It makes your teeth go pop, pop, pop.
All right? Because that's the brand, that's the vibe of the show. Movie series preview. We're still on it, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so hand claps. There's also some cute popcorn emojis in the chat, one of which is Geralt of Rivia, and the other is a little bear that we got for Chucha. All right, because we love you. KAOS. It looks to be a great series. It's available now on Netflix. Ladies and gentlemen, that was your movie series review. Woo! There has been so much happening in the chat, in the channel, in the live, and I can't thank you all enough. If you'll bear with me for just a second, I'm gonna just take a quick breather and I'm gonna be right back. You can time me, it'll be short and sweet, but what's gonna happen, Big Chopper, I don't think you've seen the whole episode before, so I wanna tell you what's coming up next, baby. Not everybody digs it, but I'm hoping you will, all right? We're on a similar wave and vibe, man. We do a live reading of The Witcher. So in just a moment, I'm gonna change up the scenes and we're gonna get into the next read of The Witcher. He says, awesome, I love it. He's in, Mom, we got another Witcher reader. How cool is that? And don't worry, bro, we do a recap and I'll tell you what you might have missed last week. We're on book 2. I'll tell you.
Toss a coin to your Witcher, oh valley of plenty.
You guys are doing it. Come on. Love that. Mom, well done. Proud of you, girl. Big Chopper says, my boy Morgan Soren did some of the music for Bloodborne. Are you kidding me? Sick. Super sick. Believe it or not, this is an opportunity for me to plug. Shout out to my guy, Not Your First. He's a I call him a family friend. He's a close personal friend out here in Norway, big homie. He did the music to our intro. He's also, the reason I bring this up, him and his team, I think True, or I don't forget what the acronyms are, but they also do game soundtracks. So shout out to you, bro. Not Your First. Check him out. He's got some cool music on Spotify. He does the intro to our show, and we love that. Big Chopper says, I was going to ask because it's lit. Look at you, man. Not Your First. Sometimes he tunes in, but not often enough, sadly. Shadow. You know what I'm talking about. All right, anyway. So look, just give me a couple seconds. I'm going to be right back, and then we're going to get into this week's Witchery. All right? All right. 2 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and before I do anything else, let me make sure I turn all this other stuff off. Yep, because I forget to. And then when we come back here, they'll play, and it'll be another. I don't know why Geralt's looking so angry in this. Why are you so angry, Geralt? You're all right. I like those icons, though. Shout out to the emotes. So yeah, be right back. We'll get into The Witcher. If you want to top up your refreshments, huh? I don't know if you're having coffee talk. Red Bulls are a fan favorite. Either way, be right back, and we'll do The Witcher. ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. Your Witcher read. So, sorry for the melodramatics. This was a cute idea. It was a gift from none other than Ch1Pt. Thank you again.
Thank you.
All right, we thought we were gonna jazz up this segment, so she got me this cloak, and the card was so cute. It said, "This is something that the Witcher will love," and he certainly does. So I don't know if it's gonna be a staple for every episode, but I promised her I would at least put it on for her and try it out, and so here we are. I hope you're digging it. I made it special with The Undertaker. So, all right, cool. Believe it or not, I think the original idea was to like get a Geralt costume and do a show as Geralt. That would be epic. And maybe we do that for the next season finale. All right, but here we are. Thank you again for the very thoughtful gift. It's cute, it's fun. I hope you all love it. We're trying new things, you know what I'm saying? We're trying. It's a lot to produce one's own show. You know, I gotta do costume changes. I forgot about the theme music and I didn't have the headphones on, so I couldn't hear that it wasn't playing. And then I realized, why am I not hearing anything? And I had to turn that up. Sorry, but it was one of these. All right. But nevertheless, here we are. And I hope so many of you are still with us. Come on. All right. So, let's talk about it. Ch1Pt says it's lit. Yeah. This is book 2 of the Witcher series. So testing the game, we're in season 2. And the way you know what book we're on is because that's indicative. You get it? Season 1 was book 1, season 2, book 2. This book is titled Time of Contempt. And we're still on chapter 1. Okay, give it to us. We've learned from some of our past readings, and sometimes the chapters are quite lengthy, pause. And so rather than just keep on reading and reading, we just break it up. So I think this is part 4 of chapter 1. And now I'll tell you what happened last week. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, this is your Witcher recap.
Toss a coin.
You mentioned coin.
What's there, Witcher recap?
All right. So far, not a whole lot has happened in the book. We met a character initially whose name I think was Applegot. And Applegot was a messenger. And so he takes, as his title would suggest, messenger. I struggle with that sometimes. Not messengers, messages to noteworthy persons, right? Kings and noblemen, etc. And in his short story, he's riding along a road. There's a big manticore. Apparently a Witcher came through, killed the manticore, and that's our introduction. And we know the Witcher to be Geralt of Rivia. And so last week, Geralt goes to a town, and I forget where he is, but we meet an interesting character by the name of Codringher. Okay? In fact, there's 2 individuals. So Codringher is a lawyer of sorts, I believe. At least he's involved with the law. In fact, he's quite proud of the fact that he'll help you get out of just about anything. But it's the law offices of are Codringher and Fenn. But then there's suggestion that maybe Fenn isn't even a real person and that it's just meant to scare people somewhere. I don't know. In the Netflix series, spoiler alert, I think Fenn is actually a real person also. So Codringher and Fenn, and they have a cat, and that's a whole thing. So Geralt he seeks out Codringer's assistance because he's looking for someone by the name of Rience. Okay? And what we learn through the dialogue between Codringher and Geralt is that Rience is a sorcerer of sorts. In fact, I think he was either kicked out of or dropped out of sorcerer school, okay? And then the theory is that he was recruited as a leash, as they refer to, which is when a sorcerer kind of takes on a pupil. and teaches them new things and gives them charms and all of this. So the question that Geralt had is, who is Rience working for? And that's essentially why he's paying Codringher. He paid Codringher for information and felt somewhat slighted that the information that he gave wasn't really anything that he didn't already know, and that was the frustration. But it sounds like Codringer's the real deal. He's capable of finding things out, and I think that he will. There was also another unique exchange between Codringher and Geralt where Codringher let Geralt know that people had come looking for Geralt, and primarily they're looking for the Princess of Sintra. And we know who that is. That's Ciri. One more time. Let me see if I have it here. Shout out to Freya Allen for playing that character in the Netflix series. So, short and sweet, Geralt goes to this law office of sorts, Codringher and Fenn. I imagine they're going to be recurring characters. Get to know them. We're looking for an individual named Rience. Originally, I thought it was a female. Sounds like a pretty name, but it's a guy, apparently. And they alluded to Rience having burn marks because apparently he got into a scuffle with Miss Yennefer, and she scorched his ass. All right, so there's some histories there with Rience and at least Yennefer, but probably the whole band. And then people are looking for the Princess of Sintra, Ciri. And Geralt, I believe, is protecting her. How'd we do? Ladies and gentlemen, that was your recap.
You mentioned coin. There with your recap.
Okay. Chucha says good. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're far too kind.
And as we do before just about every reading and as about as many times as we can play it, ladies and gentlemen, if you would, toss a coin to your witcher.
Toss a coin to your witcher, O Valley of Plenty, O Valley of Plenty, oh.
All right. Here's a fun fact. That soundbite and the one that you can redeem are actually different. Okay? You might notice that as you play more of them, so I didn't want to give you the same. So, Ryan's trying. Okay. First of all, she noticed that. Well, thank you for doing that. Hand claps to you. One of the things that I love about the Redemption one is it has that guitar riff. Speaking of guitar riffs, if I'm not mistaken, Big Chopper is a hell of a guitarist. Shout out to you, bro. It's been a long time, but love that. Just like brothers.
Toss a coin to your witcher, O Valley of Plenty.
I'll let you listen to it. All right. I wanted it to play longer. Naturally, it cuts off abruptly. I don't love that. I'm at the mercy of the software, okay? I can do what I can do. So, if you're wondering what's taking you so long, I'm trying to find our place in the book. I don't mark it other than with this bookmark. Something I've wanted to do for a long time. I'm just going to take this opportunity. I think it would be really, really cool if this community created our own bookmark, okay? And I don't want to necessarily sell it, but that would be fun. Or we give it away, it becomes a prize. But how cool would that be, huh? A bookmark? That's on brand? Think it through. Gotta find a bookmark manufacturer. If anybody has any ideas. Okay. So I'm trying to find where we left off, and then I'm going to figure out how much longer we have in this chapter, because it'll either be a short few pages or we'll push through. Pause. I'm still working on it, team. Sorry. Oh, this is it. Nope. All right, I guess I'm going to back up, and I'll give you the pickup from where we were last week, and then you'll be reminded of the fact that I said Codringher suggested that people were looking for Geralt and that he has his back. And it looks like we're not anywhere near finishing chapter 1, so we'll just figure out a stopping point and go from there. And if we read a couple pages and you all are riveted and want to keep going, that's exactly what we'll do. One more time, if you would.
To your witcher, O Valley of Plenty, O Valley of Plenty, oh.
All right, So this line is important because Codringher had just accused Geralt of acting like a child. All right. Matter of fact, I found that line. So, and let me also, sorry for all the commentary, but hey, it's my show. I don't know if I have Codringer's voice right. I make them up as I go, and I don't really reference the show, though I probably should. At least that would help out a little bit. And I've never played the games, which is probably one of these. All right. But nevertheless, this is my version, my interpretation of Codringher. You'll know who Geralt is because he... All right. You're acting like a child, Geralt. You don't hang exposed spies. You make use of them. You stuff them with disinformation and try to make double agents out of them. Don't bore this child, Codringher. Neither the arcana of intelligence work nor politics interests me. Rience is breathing down my neck, and I want to know why. On whose orders? On the orders of some sorcerer, it would appear. So who is it? I don't know yet, but I soon will. Soon, muttered the Witcher. Soon it's too late for me. I in no way rule that out, said Codringher gravely. You landed in a dreadful pickle, Geralt. It's good that you came to me. I know how to get people out of them. I already have, essentially. Indeed? Indeed, said the lawyer, putting his handkerchief to his lips and coughing. For you see, my friend, in addition to the sorcerer and possibly also Nilfgaard, there is a third party in the game. I was visited, and mark this well, by agents of the King Foltest Secret Service. They had a problem. The king had ordered them to search for a certain missing princess. When finding her turned out to be not quite so simple, those agents decided to enlist a specialist in certain sort of thorny problems. While elucidating the case to the specialist, they hinted that a certain witcher might know a good deal about the missing princess, that he might even know where she was. And what did the specialist do? At first, he expressed astonishment, in particularly astonishing him that the aforementioned witcher had not been deposited in the dungeon in order to find out, in the traditional manner, everything he knew and even plenty of what he didn't know, but might, in event, testify. The agents replied that they had been forbidden to do that. Witchers, they explained, have a sensitive nervous system and they immediately die under torture when, as they described quite vividly, a vein bursts in their brains. Because of that, they had been ordered to hunt this witcher. This task had also turned out to be quite taxing. The specialist praised the agents' good sense and instructed them to report back in 2 weeks. And did they? I say they did. This specialist, who already regarded you as a client, presented the agents with hard evidence that Geralt the Witcher has never had and could never have had anything in common with the missing princess. For the specialist had found witnesses to the death of Princess Cirilla, granddaughter of Calanthe, daughter of Queen Pavitha. Cirilla died 3 years ago in a refugee camp in Angren of diphtheria. The child suffered terribly before her death. You wouldn't believe it, but the Temerian agents, they had tears in their eyes as they listened to my witnesses' accounts. I have tears in my eyes, too. I presume these Temerian agents could not, or would not, offer you more than 250 crowns. Your sarcasm pains my heart, Witcher. I've got you out of a pickle, and you, rather than thank me, wound my heart. I thank you, and I beg your pardon. Why did King Foltest order his agents to search for Ciri, Codringher? What were they ordered to do, should they have found her? Oh, but you are slow-witted. Kill her, of course. She is considered a pretender to the throne of Cintra, for which there are other plans. It doesn't add up, Codringher.
The Cintran throne was burnt to the ground, along with the royal palace. The city and the rest of the country as well. Nilfgaard rules there now. Foltest is well aware of that, and other kings too. How exactly can Ciri pretend to a throne that doesn't exist? Come, said Codringher, getting up. Let's try to find an answer to that question together. In the meanwhile, I shall give you proof of my trust. What is it about that portrait that interests you so much? That it's riddled with holes, as though a woodpecker had been pecking at it for a few seasons, said Geralt, looking at a painting in a gilt frame hanging on the wall opposite the lawyer's desk, and that it portrays a rare idiot. It's my late father, said Codringher, grimacing a little. A rare idiot indeed. I hung his portrait there so as to always have him before my eyes. A warning. Come, Witcher. They went out into the corridor. The tomcat, which had been lying in the middle of the carpet, enthusiastically licked a rear paw, extended in a strange angle, vanished into the darkness of the corridor at the sight of the Witcher. Why don't you like cats, Geralt? Does it have something to do with the... Yes, he interrupted. It does. One of the mahogany panels slid open noiselessly, revealing a secret passage. Codringher went first. The panel, no doubt set in motion by magic, closed behind them, but did not plunge them into darkness. Light reached them from the far end of the secret passage. It was cold and dry in the room at the end of the corridor, and the oppressive, stifling smell of dust and candles hung in the air. You can meet my partner, Geralt. Fenn, smiled the Witcher. You jest. Oh, but I don't. Admit it. You suspected Fenn didn't exist. Not at all. A creaking could be heard from between the rows of bookcases and bookshelves that reached up to the low vault ceiling, and a moment later, a curious vehicle emerged. It was a high-backed chair on wheels. On the chair sat a midget with a huge head, set directly on disproportionately narrow shoulders. The midget had no legs. These are not my words, okay? Don't get me canceled. All right? Fucking hell. Can we... Little person, all right? Goddamn. Sorry. I'd like to introduce Jacob Fenn, said Codringher. A learned legist, my partner and valued co-worker. And this is our guest client. The Witcher of Rivia... Oh, all right, let's pause. In the show, I believe Fenn is a female, and it sounds to me like they were just introduced as Jacob. So appreciate my confusion, and I'm quite confident Codringher is also a man because that was referenced. I hope I'm not wrong in that, otherwise I've been doing the voices backwards. Maybe it's different in the show. Okay. Shadow's still here. One time for us. I'd like to introduce Jacob Fenn, said Codringher. A learned legist, my partner and valued co-worker. And this is our guest and client, the Witcher, Geralt of Rivia, finished the cripple with a smile. I guessed without too much difficulty. I've been working on the case for several months. Follow me, gentlemen. They set off behind the creaking chair into the labyrinth of bookcases, which groaned beneath a weight of printed works that even the University Library of Oxenfurt would have been proud to have in its collection. Whew. Tough words coming up, folks. Here we go. The Incunabula, judged Geralt. I don't know what that means. Ladies and gentlemen, if you figure that out, Incunabula. Incunabula. One more time. The Incunabula, judged Geralt, must have been collected by several generations of Codringers and Fenns. He was pleased by the obvious show of trust and happy to finally have the chance to meet Fenn. He did not doubt, however, that the figure of Fenn, though utterly genuine, was also partially fictitious. The fictitious Fenn, Codringer's infallible alter ego, was supposedly often seen abroad, while the chair-bound learned legist probably never left the building. The center of the room was particularly well lit, and there stood a low pulpit, accessible from the chair on wheels, and piled high with books, rolls of parchment, and vellum, great sheets of paper, bottles of ink, bunches of quills, and innumerable mysterious utensils. Not all of them were mystifying. Geralt recognized molds for forging seals and a diamond grater for removing the text from official documents. In the center of the pulpit lay a small ball-firing, repeating arbalist, and next to it huge magnifying glasses made of polished rock crystal peeped out from under a velvet cloth. Not my best cadence right there, but that's fine. Magnifying glasses of that kind were rare and cost a fortune. I don't know who's talking. Found anything new, Fenn? Not really, said the cripple, smiling. His smile was pleasant and very endearing. I've reduced the list of Rience's potential paymasters to 28 sorcerers. Let's leave that for the moment, Codringer interrupted quickly. Right now, something else is of interest to us. Enlighten Geralt as to the reasons why the missing princess of Cintra is the object of extensive search and operations by the agents of the Four Kingdoms. The girl has blood of Queen Calanthe flowing in her veins, said Fenn, seemingly astonished to be asked to explain such an obvious matter. She is the last of the royal line. Cintra has considerable strategic and political importance. A vanished pretendress to the crown, remaining beyond the sphere of influence, is insignificant and may be dangerous were she to fall under the wrong influence, for example, that of Nilfgaard. As far as I recall, said Geralt, Cintran law bars women from succession. That is true, agreed Fenn and smiled once more. But a woman may always become someone's wife and the mother of a male heir. The Four Kingdoms intelligence services learned of Rience's feverish search for the princess and were convinced that's what it's all about. It was thus decided to prevent the princess from becoming a wife or a mother, using simple but effective means. But the princess is dead, said Codringer, seeing the change. Oh, I see. Sorry about that. Sometimes it's like, that's not how I would say it. But the princess is dead, said Codringer, seeing the change the smiling midget's words had evoked on Geralt's face. The agents learned of it and have called off their hunt. Only for now, said the Witcher, working hard to remain calm and sound unemotional. The thing about falsehoods is that they usually come to light. What's more, the royal agents are only one of the parties participating in this game. The agents, you said yourselves, were tracking Ciri in order to confound the other hunters' plans. Those others may be less susceptible to disinformation. I hired you to find a way of guaranteeing the child's safety, so what do you propose? We have a certain notion, said Fenn, glancing at his partner but seeing no instructions to remain silent in his expression. We want to circulate the news, discreetly but widely, that neither princess of the... Excuse me, I skipped a page. That neither the... Let's take that one more time. Pause. We have a certain notion, said Fenn, glancing at his partner, but seeing no instructions to remain silent in his expression. We want to circulate the news, discreetly but widely, that neither Princess Cirilla nor any of her male heirs will have any right to the throne of Cintra. In Cintra, the distaff side does not inherit, explained Codringer, fighting another coughing fit. Only the spear side does. Precisely, confirmed the learned legist. Geralt said so himself a moment ago. It's an ancient law. With even that, she-devil Calanthe was unable to revoke, though not for wanting of trying. She tried to nullify the law using intrigue, said Codringher with conviction, wiping his lips with a handkerchief. Illegal intrigue. Explain, Fenn. Calanthe was the only daughter of King Dagorad and Queen Adlea. After her parents' death, she opposed the aristocracy. Sorry about that. That's one when you read. Never mind. Calanthe was the only daughter of King Dagorand and Queen Adlea. After her parents' death, she opposed the aristocracy, who only saw her as the wife of the new king. She wanted to reign supreme. At most, for the sake of formality and to uphold the dynasty, she agreed to the institution of a prince consort who would reign with her, but have as much importance as a straw doll. The old houses defined this. Calanthe had three choices: a civil war, abdication in favor of another line, or marriage to Rogner, Prince of Ebbing. She chose the third option and she ruled the country, but at Rogner's side. Naturally, she didn't allow herself to be subjugated or bundled off to join the womenfolk. She was the lioness of Cintra, but it was Rogner who was the formal ruler, though none ever called him the lion. So Calanthe, Codringher took up, tried very hard to fall pregnant and produce a son. Nothing came of it. She bore a daughter, Pavita, and miscarried twice, after which it became clear she would have no more children. All her plans had fallen through. There you have a woman's fate. A ravaged womb scuppers her lofty ambitions. Geralt scowled. You are incredibly rude, Codringher. Crude. You are incredibly crude, Codringher. Sometimes I look at the camera to get the... I know. The truth was also crude. For Rogner began looking around for young princesses with suitably wide hips, preferably from a family of fertility, proven back to her great-grandmother. And Calanthe found herself on shaky ground. Every meal, every glass of wine could contain death. Every hunt might end in unfortunate accident. There is much to suggest that at the moment the Lioness of Cintra took the initiative, well, Rogner died. The pox was raging across the country, and the king's death surprised no one. I begin to understand, said the Witcher, seemingly dispassionately. What news you plan to circulate discreetly, but widely. Ciri will be named the granddaughter of a poisoner and husband killer. Don't get ahead of yourself, Geralt. Go on, Fenn. Calanthe had saved her own life, said the cripple, smiling, but the crown was further away than ever. When, after Rogner's death, the lioness tried to seize absolute power, the aristocracy once again strongly opposed this violation of the law and tradition. A king was meant to sit on Cintra's throne, not a queen. The solution eventually made clear. As soon as young Pavitha began to resemble a woman in any way, she would be married off to someone suitable to become the new king. A second marriage for the barren queen was not an option. The most the Lioness of Cintra could hope for was the role of Queen Mother. To cap it all, Pavita's husband could turn out to become someone who might totally remove his mother-in-law from power. I'm going to be crude again, warned Codringher. Calanthe delayed marrying off Pavita. She wrecked the first marital Ladies and gentlemen, we are nearing the end of this reading. Matter of fact. All right. We need a stopping point, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. I'm going to be crude again, warned Codringher. Calanthe delayed marrying off Pavita. She wrecked the first marital project. she wrecked the first marital project. I wanted to say prospect so many times, and that's why I kept stumbling. Sorry about that. I'm going to be crude again, warned Codringher. Calanthe delayed marrying off Pavita. She wrecked the first marital project when the girl was 10, and the second when she was 13. The aristocracy demanded that Pavita's 15th birthday would be her last as a maiden. Calanthe had to agree, but first, she achieved what she had been counting on. Pavita had remained a maiden too long. She'd finally got the itch, and so badly that she was knocked up by the first stray to come along. And he was an enchanted monster to boot. There were some kind of supernatural circumstances too, some prophecies, sorcery, promises, some kind of law of surprise. Am I right, Geralt? What happened next you probably recall. Calanthe brought a witcher to Cintra, and the witcher stirred up trouble, not knowing he was being manipulated. He removed the curse from the monstrous Urcheon, enabling his marriage to Pavita. In doing so, the Witcher also made it possible for Calanthe to retain the throne. Pavita's marriage to a monster, even a now unenchanted one, was such a great shock to the noblemen that they could suddenly accept the marriage of the lioness to Aestersache. For the Jarl of the Isle of Skellig seemed better than the stray Urcheon. Thus, Calanthe continued to rule the country. Ace, like all islanders, gave the Lioness of Cintra too much respect to oppose her in anything, and kingly duties simply bored him. He handed over his rule whole scale to her, and Calanthe, stuffing herself with medicaments and elixirs, dragged her husband into bed day and night. She wanted to reign until the end of her days, and, if not as Queen Mother, then as the mother of her own son. As I've already said, great ambitions, but you've already said it. Don't repeat yourself. Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, one more again. Toss one coin.
Toss a coin to your witcher, O Valley of Plenty, O Valley of Plenty, oh.
Cheer. Oh yeah.
Toss a coin to your witcher, O Valley of Plenty.
What a wonderful show we have had, ladies and gentlemen. My goodness. And it's not over yet. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that have stuck around, coming up next is your keyword giveaway. But I hope you enjoyed that reading. Not bad, not bad. I love that we got to meet Fancy. I told you it wasn't just a nobody. Don't love some of the choice words, but that's okay. Hey, I don't know when the book was written. It is what it is. I mean, some people don't even take offense. So there it is. Also, I don't love that they recast in the show, because when I think of Codringher and Fenn, naturally I just associate the faces that I've seen, but so be it. It's all good. Hopefully you dig the voices. I'm giving Fenn kind of a, even though they're a cripple, very astute, very intellectual, very calm. And Codringher, I don't know this gentleman. I could have done something totally different, but I don't study these things, and so I just let it flow. But Geralt of Rivia, we know who that is, so there you go. See that? Hey, good one. I don't even know how that applies, but I love it nevertheless. What a show. Man, there was a hype train. Come on, ride that train. Remember that? By the way, in Kunabulum, an early print. Look at that. Oh my goodness. This is why, listen, let me just pause for the cause. This is why it's so cool to have active persons in the chat, okay? Because that little anecdote is amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, for anybody just listening and not watching,
we had a word and we stumbled on it terribly. It was one of these. Sorry about that. But the word is tough. I'm going to spell it for you. It is INCUNABULUM. Holy shnikes. Okay? That's a tough one. Incunabulum. If you say it like it's a tome, that's what it is. You know what? Incunabulum. The great mystic tome. I don't know. All right, so Big Choppa suggests that it is an early printed book. Big Choppa also says, love the voices for the characters. My man, I love that you do. And thank you for sticking around. Look, I don't know why, but most people that I talk to and enjoy the show, and thank you for those that do, they don't love the reading. And it feels, I know. Now, thankfully, Shadow indulges me. I think my mother really loves it. I do. Mom, case in point, right? Come on, put the hood back on, G. All right, and I'm gonna do it again because it's a brand new sound, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. All right, you get it. So yeah, all right, now the hair's all, fuck it. It's a live show. So, Big Choppa, thank you so much for hanging out and enjoying the book. It's fun. Now, let me tell you why. We started this because, one, we didn't have segments originally, okay? There was no movie preview game. There was no movie reviews. It was just little old me, man. And I thought to myself, well, what am I going to talk about? And then, why would anybody care? I'm not a gamer anymore. I'm retired. All right? I'm retired. And so I don't do live gaming. And then I thought, well, what if we did? I like reading, and reading is cool. And I know a lot of my closest friends don't really read themselves, but might listen to audiobooks. And I love doing voices and acting and all that. So I thought, well, maybe this will be something that people can sink their teeth into and then enjoy. Pause. Or that's what she said. So we started with The Witcher. It was a lucky pick, kind of, sort of, and then we stuck with it. And then we voted at the end of season 1 whether we should continue or not. And so much of our show is themed because we got the little Geralts in the chat and we do the voice. So we're just and there's only, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's maybe 7 of these books. Jeez. So we've got a lot of content. And the games are great, and the show's cool, so there you go. Chucha says she loves the Witcher hoodie. Thank you so much, Mom. Thank you. You did it, and I'm gonna do this for you.
Going to your Witcher, oh valley of plenty, oh valley of plenty.
Come on. Yeah. All right, so that's what it is. So thank you again. Love y'all, and thank you for everything. Okay, cool.
Toss a coin to
back
your
to back.
Witcher, oh valley of plenty.
That high note though, give it up. Shout out to Dandelion one time. Now I don't love that they changed that. There's something else they did in the series. Big Choppa, you might know that. In the series, he's known as Jasker or Jasker, but in the book, he's known as Dandelion. So I don't know. Anyway. All right, ladies and gentlemen, your next segment, as we get prepared for this, is something that I want y'all ready for. Yeah, how about that? So, fun fact. In the book, he's Dandelion. In the show, he's Jasker. I don't know. Probably has a lot to do with woke culture, you know what I mean? But anyway. All right. I'm going to switch up the scene, and we are going to do the keyword giveaway. Ladies and gentlemen. We testing the game. Oh no!
You know how long I've been waiting for this?
Love that though.
Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself. Yeah.
All right. You know, if it ain't one thing, it's another. Tell me why the browser source looks crazy. Tell me why. All right. That's all right. Maybe I can fix it. Don't trip. So I do that. Nope. Nope. All right. Well, listen. Don't you worry about it. See, OBS loves to test your patience. That's really what it is. Okay. I don't know what's happening here, but you know what?
We're gonna figure this out, squad. Window capture. That's what I need. Change scene. Change it back and back again. All right, let's try that. I love the suggestions. Let's try it one more time. Nope. So I have 2 monitors, and it looks like it's capturing the one where it should be capturing the other. So if I do the properties, see, there we go.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
There we go. Good one. But now watch this though. Tell me why that setting would have changed at all, because I certainly didn't do that. You see how OBS does you? Mother fathers. But it makes it fun. Challenge accepted. We did it. In your face, OBS. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for this week's keyword giveaway. Good one. All right, for those of you that are tuning in for the first or, I don't know, first time. The concept of this contest originally and is you can take it or double it and give it to the next person. So we started out season 2 with $1, all right? Just $1. And every time thus far, pause, shout out to you, Shadow. Every time thus far, our winning contestants have elected to double it. So listen, I'm gonna give this a second because I would love for anyone who used to be on stream to tune back in and win this money. Also, oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't add it to this, but wait, I have something to show. So hold on one second. Give me just a half a second while I figure this thing out. I can do this. Add existing. Wait for it. Okay. We're not worried about that. KAOS trailer, movie trailer. I'm looking for... It doesn't matter. Let's create a new one. We're going to call it this. So I'm going to throw up a graphic. What I want to do is give credit to last week's winner. Okay. And now this is all happening live. How cool is that? Why can't I choose it? Oh, you know what I did? Damn, what a real... Folks, doing this shit on the fly ain't no fun. I need a image, not a media source, Brody. There he is. Found him. Oh, you idiot. Are you seeing that? Oh, that's embarrassing. Here he is. Nope. Bear with me, folks. We're gonna give away some money here in a second. I promise. But I have to give credit to last week's winners. All right. Image. Add existing. There he is. Boom. There he is. All right. And I don't even think I can move this little thing around. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, GunnArmy on screen. Young Gun was our champion last week. He elected to double it and give it to the next person. Not the cleanest contest we ever done. I'll say that. Shame on me. So I put that graphic in the live because normally that's where we talk about stuff, but I switched the scenes and so it wasn't in the scene overlay. All right, hopefully you all are here and I'm not gonna milk it any longer.
That's what she said.
Okay, we're gonna get into this thing. Oh! That would have been epic if somebody had come in right at that moment, but that was a button mistake. But a very cool sound effect, nevertheless. So this is how it works. Big Chopper, Shadow, Chucha Barber. I don't know if Wodie's there, Miss Ross, AeroRising's gone, but ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna throw up a keyword on screen. I'll tell you what it is. I'll show it to you on screen. We're gonna start a timer. I'm gonna give everybody how many minutes you want. 1 minute, 2 minutes, nothing longer than that. Pause. And then you'll have the opportunity to enter the keyword in the chat. You'll see your names on screen as they appear, and then we're gonna roll it. Chucha says 1. You got it, darling. 1 for you. All right, here's what's cool though. As you see on screen, subscribers have a 2-time
chance of winning. So I think there's only 3 of y'all based on the chat activity. Maybe somebody's waiting in the wings, and then I'd hit that Stone Cold again. So you have a great shot. And ladies and gentlemen, you're playing for $8. You might have seen the IG story, $8. That's like a cup of coffee. You know what I'm saying? Let me buy you a cup of coffee. All right. And what did it cost you? An hour and a half to 2 hours. Shout out to us. 2 hours of your time, but I hope it was entertaining. I hope you loved it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. I know some of y'all that are here like, Ryan, just play the game, bro. I'm ready to enter the word and get the hell on with my day. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the trailer today, rightfully, Beetlejuice. So that is the keyword. And I think it's running, so you all can enter the keyword in the chat right now, and it should work. Somebody test the game for me.
We testing the game. Oh, yeah.
There it is. Bang. All right, I'm putting a minute on the clock. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a minute to do this thing. And we are rolling. Just because. Chooch is in there. Big Chopper. Shadow 1311. Come on. Beetlejuice, you get it? 30 seconds left.
Your time is up.
My time is now.
You can't see me.
My time is now.
It's the franchise where I'm shining now.
Oh, Walker.
You can't see me. My time is now.
In case you forgot or fell off,
I'm still hot.
knock your shell off.
My money stacked fat, plus I can't turn the
Swell off.
The franchise doing
17.
big business. I live this, it's automatic. I win this, so you hear those horns. I'm finished. A soldier, and I stay under you fighting. Plus I'm storming on you chumps like I'm thunder and lightning.
All right, cool. Give it up for John Cena. 5, 4, 3, 2. There it is. The contest, ladies and gentlemen, is now stopped. And we are about to roll it, ladies and gentlemen. And we're... Oh, Russ Barber snuck in there. Look at that. And he's got a cute little kernel of popcorn. Big thanks to Big Chopper.
You like popcorn. It makes your teeth go pop, pop, pop.
That's awesome. Now, I ain't even mad at her, okay? She's probably stacking the deck. She probably was like, sweetheart, I'm going to log in and double our chances, quadruple our chances of winning. Well done, Mom. Shout out to Russ Barber. So cool. And listen, y'all need to know, I consider each one of y'all near and dear to my heart for real. We go way back like chiropractics. You know what I'm saying? Come on, y'all. Love y'all. In just a second, we're going to roll it, and then you will have the opportunity to take it or double it and give it to the next person. All right, so without further ado, best of luck, contestants. It's a random select. You all have an equal share opportunity because you are all subscribers.
Thank you.
All right.
Far too kind.
So, here we go. Who's it going to be this week, ladies and gentlemen? It is Russ Barber. Look at that. Let's go. Congratulations, Dad. All right, man. So you have the option of taking that money or doubling it and giving it to the next winner next week. What's it going to be, champ? Let us know. How cool is that? Roll it over. You got it, Dad. Love you, man. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, next week, you'll be playing for, quick maths, $16. Pretty cool. All right, let's go back to the live. Yeah. I like that the lo-fi just carries over. Didn't even have to change it or do anything about it. Pretty sweet. I don't love the ticking. You hear that in the background? It's a new soundtrack this season. Last season's naturally got old, man. What a show. Normally our shows last an hour 15, sometimes an hour 30. Today we're pushing 208 and climbing. How about that? I can't say it enough.
Thank you. Far
Look at those status bars up at the top. The number of followers, the number of subscribers. We've given him a lot of shine this episode, but he deserves it. Big chop.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Far too kind.
Bang. You did that, man. We appreciate you, bro. There was a hype train. The sounds work. Come on, y'all. There's little girl emotes in the chat. Digging it. Shout out to Russ Barber one more again. Congratulations, man. Beetlejuice. Come on. Near and dear to our hearts. I think that's it. I think that there, ladies and gentlemen, that's the show. Huh? That's also new. Let's go. Tell me that wasn't cool as hell. Let's go. I love that it's all working. Big off to bed. What time is it where you are, bro? Chucha says, love you. Canes and the Gators today. Gotta go get football food. Love that too. All good. 8:50. Damn, at night? No. In the morning? Where are you, brother? Aren't you Texas? Wow. Hey, man.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Far too
Austin,
kind.
Texas, what I thought. 8:50. So you're going to sleep. You stayed up all night for this? My God. Somebody give that man a prize, all right? Take your ass to sleep, son. Oh, my God.
Thank you,
Look,
thank
love you, bro.
Far
Thank
too
you for
kind.
everything, man. Listen, this has been a great episode. Thank you to each and every one of you. Saw some new names in the chat. The family's expanding. The community. Tell me that is not the coolest shit. Chucha says, give him a belt. Damn right. We're going to figure something out. Thank you so much. We have a tradition on this show. One of our favorite programs is The Office.
That's what she said.
Absolutely. Accident. And so we close the show with a tagline. Hopefully you know the character. Even if you don't, it's cute. Nevertheless, so I hit you with the outro. We'll say goodbye. Thank you again. I love y'all. See you next week. All right? Hit me.
This was a successful unveiling.
Go back to work. In your case, go to sleep, homie. Appreciate y'all. Can't wait. Love y'all, man. Take care.
Oh yeah. Feels right in the moment. You left behind. Feels right. It feels right. Yeah. Cheating's better than being lonely. Girl, I give you time. I know it's kinda deep, but it feels right. Moonwalking, the kids smooth talking. I'm chatting her up in the hall in the office. That ass in them pants, I'm on it. And he's so handsome. Sorry. Back at the party, she shorty, she hot. Hawk two on my cock. Stop, I'm retarded. Put the chips in my bag and dip like I bought it. Tell him play my record, spin it and restart it. Come here. What good is it sucking in? If you ain't gon' come again. You know that we fucking right. Again and again, again and again. Yeah. Kamikaze, cocky, no condoms. Fuck around and get broke like no dollars. Run together the sentence, no commas. Get it?